A Martian god.
Ding, 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 dong, ding, 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 dong. All right. Yeah, I know I'm back on. I'm doing it. I'm live, bitch. I'm live. It's the after hours. Let's get it in. Fucking reality check virtual radio right here. Fish Fry Friday at the party, bitch. I hope you brought your drinks. Okay. All right. With that being said, you do have the power. I'm gonna give you that one right there. I'm gonna give you that one right there.
I have
and I'm
all
gonna
the power.
Give you that one right there. All right.
All the power.
Yeah, and I see that peach. Why does that look so small in his hands?
Because it's the only fucking bottle that's sitting around this motherfucker. And I got big fucking hands. These are pimp hands, right?
Like, that looks like one of them little tiny bottles that I be getting this shit.
Listen.
Feel all my joy, huh?
Why don't you wait? I got a question. Why don't you ever have the bag on?
Hold the fuck on.
Because he got to keep his loose change in that bag. You know he an uncle.
Okay.
You know Tony is an uncle. You know he got to keep that bag.
How many bags you want? How many bags you want?
You see what I mean?
How many bags you want?
He keep them bags for his loose change.
That is an alcoholic Christian that's hiding something.
Tony, an uncle. He keep that bag for his loose change and knickknacks.
How many bags you want?
How many bags you want? My dude.
How many people you know got this many Crown Royal peach bags? That's all I want to know.
Nobody, because who the fuck drinks this shit on a regular basis?
Me, motherfucker. Me.
Yeah, I don't.
Hey, your sister's back in here. Bring her the fuck up real quick.
Bring her on.
Ahead.
She's the only one that keeps me straight when I'm drunk beside my family and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Abyss is here. Abyss is in the house. What's up, Abyss? How you doing, brother?
Hey, yo, Abyss, I ain't gonna lie. You got about 30 minutes before my brain can't take no more, but you be dropping that knowledge, man. Much respect to that dude, Izzy, for real, for real.
No, real shit.
Real shit.
We're trying to teach. We're trying to teach Abyss the proper etiquette of, make an example, get through the example, get to the point, and finish it off real fast.
He can't because he's dropping that much shit. He can't.
Right, and sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can. You know what I mean? But like again, sometimes. But we're teaching him, and I love him. He knows I love him. He knows I love.
I got much respect for you, Abyss. I don't care what nobody says.
So much love for my guy right there, man. So
and he dropped the truth. He dropped the real. Can't nobody fuck with him for real. And I give him.
So let's do this. So check this out. I just want to say it's the after hours. You already know. Hope you guys got your drinks. If you don't got your drinks, you guys are being fucking losers, okay? What the fuck else are you gonna do on a Friday night, motherfucker? You know what I mean? You might as well get a goddamn drink. Oh, Rob, you were asked if you can come up here. So, Rob, if you're not working, you are more than welcome to come up here. You already know all you got to do is ask to come up.
Please bring him up. Much respect to him too.
But Rob doesn't like Habs. Rob is a fucking prissy bitch.
Hey, yo, Rob, pull that shit and bring your ass the fuck up here.
Listen, Rob's going to have to wait until I go. He's going to have to wait 30 minutes. And then...
Why?
He can come whenever because we got 6 spots. And we got 1 spot left. But, but, here's the thing. Let's really get real. Petty, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the reins real quick. I gotta go run over here real quick. I gotta handle something.
Are you gonna bend over while I have these reins?
Yeah, take the reins, baby. Take the reins.
Wow.
What in the Pulp Fiction motherfucker do you two have going on?
Man.
Hey.
You don't worry about me and my baby mama, nigga. Yeah,
I'm not going to. Who's having the baby, motherfucker?
Mind your business, nigga.
Mind your business. Don't worry about what we talking about.
Mind your business.
I told you we had a decent relationship. We ain't never had to worry about that shit, have we?
Man, look here. I ain't in it. That's grown folks. I ain't that grown.
You heard me? That's why I like your sister right there. Right there. She just proved her word in a matter of 2.5 seconds.
See?
I missed this shit.
What grown folks do, grown folks do. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Petty, is there an issue that you want to cover before I start my rant, honestly?
Okay,
I got some shit I want to get off my chest.
Yeah, I'm gonna. First of all, let me just say, welcome back, niggas.
Word.
Not everybody made it.
Word.
But you did.
That's one of my elaborations.
And for that, we say, welcome, niggas.
Word.
Welcome. And to all the white people, we say, we hope you enjoyed your stay.
Y'all can stick around if you want to.
Let's get into some shit. So,
my God.
Listen, we ended the last conversation talking about religiosity, and we established that Tony was wet for Jesus. We established that
I'm not living that
Faye,
shit. No.
We established that Faye was an in-betweener, and Abyss is definitely an atheist. He's on my page, and he has some very deep thoughts that he wanted to get into. But big bank take little bank, and Tony, by the number of his Crown Royal bags, definitely has big bank tonight. So we gonna let this nigga talk. Tony, welcome to the floor.
You want me to have the floor for real? Petty, I'm gonna be honest with you. I got some things that I want to get off my chest outside of the topics that's been listed. That's the only reason why I asked you that.
Okay.
I'm being respectful. I'm being respectful to the platform before I do my thing. So honestly.
Okay. Well, then we'll let Abyss come up, and we will let him talk about the thing that I wanted to really kind of wrap up was the whole evolution of Christianity. It continues to evolve, and one of the things that really strikes me interesting, and I wonder if Abyss has any thoughts on this, but how with the evolution of Christianity, the idea of God becomes more and more abstract.
Yeah, of course.
What are your thoughts?
I mean, it does, because there was like a kind of reductio ad absurdum kind of imagination as to what God is. Like, if you try to look into how people used to define God back in like 2,000 years ago, and now it's completely different, because now we know that there is, the universe around us, and it's immensely large. And, the definition kind of evolved with that, if you want to place a deity that potentially created nature, it also needs to encompass nature itself, which is as vast as the universe. So that's ever evolving thing. And Christianity, not just Christianity, but other religions are just gonna, jump on the first opportunity that they see. Like, if there is a scientific discovery, that they're gonna try to kind of indoctrinate that into their own religion. That's essentially what happened with the Big Bang, by the way. So when the Big Bang was first proposed, that there was, I think there was a pope at the time that actually took credit to say that the Big Bang was kind of an evidence of creationism. So it's, what I'm saying is that you can always misconstrue the evidence, right? So that's always going to happen with religion, regardless of whether it's Christianity or anything else. But but one thing that you said, which is very interesting, is that the abstraction of a deity, or the idea of a god, is also evolving, right? The more we know about our surroundings, the more we know about ourselves and nature. So that's not, the sad thing is that this whole evidence is just going to come from science and not religion itself, but religion would always take credit for that.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah. So
yeah, I think that really one of the things, like you were saying, that they will always take credit for, and what I'm curious as to what do you think the reason for that is?
Well, any I mean, religion, much like um an organism that should sustain itself, must survive. And I think like
Mhm.
religion is trying to really fight back, and people are desperately trying to hold on to their beliefs to keep religion afloat, even though there now right now there's substantial evidence that religion has actually failed to describe nature around us. So that's why
Mhm.
we have like more atheists now than more than ever. So I believe that's like an organism or any kind of biological entity desperately trying to survive in a very competing environment, and I think that's what religion is trying to do here.
Gotcha. That actually makes sense.
Yeah,
The sort of the desperateness of trying to stay alive, and stay alive in an atmosphere and in a environment that really isn't conducive to you.
exactly, because right now there's you know you cannot discredit the potential of science, because right now we have high speed communication. We have so many advances in the medical field. About nature, like I said. We know about you know even like the whole theory about soul is now being widely discredited. So taking those into like some kind of circumstance, and I think the religion utterly fails trying to describe nature, which were far more removed from reality, for those theologians that existed in 2000, like 2000 years ago, like when they try to talk about soul and stuff. Right, and right now we know that that doesn't exist. So in a way, like religion it has found its match, in if you will, and it's losing really hard. Like it's losing ground so hard that it's unable to sustain or keep up with the explanation. And that's why it will take some portion of science, or at least
Mhm.
like explanation that's been posited by science, and integrate them into religion. And for others,
Interesting.
it will try to discredit them, like evolution, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. I'm just very curious um as to, what this will end up being, because when I was having this conversation that I was speaking about earlier, one of the things that we were talking about in the room was mixing science into religion in a public school setting. And
Mhm.
someone was saying that they would feel okay or comfortable with a science teacher teaching their child about God if he had scientific evidence that a God
Hmm.
exists. So I said, based on what current information, like that's the thing that I couldn't wrap my mind around. And asked them, listen, if a science teacher was teaching your child that a vampire existed, right, because he
Mhm.
had two bite marks on his arm, and
Right.
3 months ago
Could
he
as
had,
well be like a snake bite. Just saying.
yes, like two bite marks on his neck, right? And
Hmm.
these bite marks were 1 inch apart, and they were the perfect, length for fangs, and just spaced just so, and it had to be a vampire. And she said, well, I mean, if he had scientific evidence saying that, um that that's what it was, then I would be okay with that. And I was like, well, what do you consider
Right.
scientific evidence? Because if he told your child that these fang marks were the perfect gap to be a vampire bite, that means that he would have to encounter a vampire not only
Right.
once, but multiple times, and then take the
Hmm.
measurements between their teeth and establish
Mm.
that this is the exact space You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there's so much that has to go into a scientific explanation for me. And it seems like for Christians, when they say scientific evidence, it's just conjecture. That's what they think scientific evidence is, like conjecture. That's not like you just having 2 bites on your arm that are 1 inch apart perfectly doesn't mean that it's a vampire. That's conjecture. Like you would have to literally encounter multiple vampires, take the measurements, and it was beyond me, the idea that they were wrapping that idea in science, and really what they meant was a feasible conjecture in their mind.
True. And I would also go a step further to say that this is an inferential evidence, where the inference is much more distorted and detached from reality, right? So yeah, I mean, I really, really, really want to talk about this. In fact, like I may even start doing broadcasts on HAPS now that I've kind of broken. And what I really want to talk about is that there's this thing called Bayesian thinking, and it's very widely applicable and mostly logical thinking. It's like you kind of like when you're presented with a novel problem or a novel idea, you have to scan through your previous experiences to essentially decide what the outcome might be. And most people would fall into a trap because this is like a very complex mechanism trying to predict the future. I'm not saying that the future presents its own complexity, but on top of that, just knowing the few facts would not help you to essentially determine what the future might be. And this is like part of the Bayesian thinking, but it goes into delves into mathematical problems. But what I wanted to raise is that we as humans do poorly when it comes to interpreting results or understanding ideas without any prior experience. That we kind of like we let our imaginations take the drive, and just we let it go rampant, and we just come up with this, like you said, a conjecture, which like I said, is completely detached from reality. So I see that happening over and over again. It seems like it's kind of our nature as humans, but whenever you're trying to employ more logical thinking, that you would see that there are faults in thinking that way, and employing some kind of, like I said, a Bayesian thinking would help you at least like weed out the probabilities of things which are not feasible. And you can just exclude those from your search space. And there are like ways to do that, but it's like I think it's a quaint kind of a description to say that this is a conjecture, and this is a wild conjecture at that, and I fully agree with it.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hopefully we will though see whatever this evolution of religion is going to turn out to be. And actually it makes me feel good that you described it as just trying to stay alive, trying to stay relevant, with me adding in an environment that really isn't conducive for its existence. And we know that evolution wins out, so it will be very funny to see sort of where this evolution kind of lands us. But
I agree with that.
Yeah, it's
right. But also, like, I really like to stress out like how religion can reinfiltrate, because it did that before, and can reinfiltrate scientific methods or scientific thinking if we're not too careful, because our lawmakers may not be scientifically inclined or scientifically educated. If there's like a funding agency which wants which wants you to do certain things, or the things that they want you to do, and they might also, levy some kind of bias in there. Like, so I'm saying that, the scientific method, even though it has got us here so far, it's also prone to corruption. And I mean, not just, I guess, like, a corruption might be a bit excessive, but it's prone to, like, distorting the reality as we know, because there are, interest groups out there that just want to prove their point. You can think of, like, the like Coca-Cola funding, a study on sugar addiction, for example. There's a clear bias, right? And then, I mean, there's a clear conflict of interest there. But the fact that Coca-Cola is invested in the research to at least, like, produce some negative results, saying that, sodas don't cause tooth decay and cavities, and sugar is actually good for you. So it is likely that, you've seen those kind of traps before, where scientific thinking seems to be corrupted, because science itself is our best estimated guess, and that's all we have. And it's based on consensus. It's based on thorough research, and it's based on employing logical thinking instead of conjecture or inferential thinking. So I feel like scientific endeavor can also go into, like, a slippery slope, as it had back when Galileo was alive, for example, where the Roman Catholic Church was the one which was administering most of the scientific methods. And in fact, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Isaac Newton was asked to kind of embed, or at least, like, include God into his equations, but unfortunately he couldn't, because he was also a staunch Catholic, because, like, nobody asked their faith at the time, I suppose. But but so we see that happening. We could see that happening now as well, like, like and in this day and age where misinformation is like a click away, it's really difficult to kind of filter out which studies are true, which ones are not. And that's why we have to stay guard to maintain or keep this, the scientific method that took a long time to build, because, like, the scientific method existed, like, back in the ancient Greeks. Even more civilizations before that adopted the scientific method. The problem is, like, when the civilizations die, the scientific method dies with them, right? And because so the scientific method that we have adopted has sustained civilizations, or at least, like, lived and died with civilizations. But even now, as we think that we're in the most stable human civilizations, kind of like a global civilization, there is a chance that this whole achievement can be undone.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and we're kind of looking at the beginning of the undoing of that, actually.
Exactly.
I mean, just with the even the polarization that's happening in this country is very indicative of it being the beginning of the end of this, civilization, with all of our sciences and everything, because we have too many people who, want to believe alternative facts, whatever those are. And we have this dichotomy of, all of the people who are believing QAnon and all kinds of crazy things. And then we have, the rest of the people who are, at least a bit logical, but then they still have this delusion of God and sort of these archaic religious beliefs and things like that. And so I think that what we're really seeing, like you said, is sort of the beginning of the end of the unraveling of this society that we're in. I mean, it has to give, because these two things can't coexist with each other. And that's the thing that I think that I'm I've been pushing towards is the idea that religion and science and a healthy society cannot coexist with
Right.
like warped ideological religion and thought, and and when I say religion on the side of science, even those people who say I just believe in a higher power, you know what I mean, and that's not really assigned to any person or being or thing. It's just pretty much whatever drives them to be a good person.
I still don't get that one.
Pardon
me? I still don't get that one.
It's a specific energy you feel. I got you though. I know what y'all saying.
I don't understand that. It's really weird. Like the more and more I become an atheist, the more and more I'm an atheist, and I'm more deep rooted in my atheism. Right. I don't really understand that concept of just giving an option of God. Again, when I talk about this shit, right? Mm-hmm. I talk about this shit, and the first question I ask is this: can you give me any kind of evidence that God is even an option? This ideal that you can put together in your head, right? Mm-hmm. This conception of the God that you've constructed in your head. Can you give me even an option, evidence that that's even an option? Not that it's true, and not that it can really, it's a high possibility that it's just a possibility.
It's what we're taught. And I'll be honest with you about that. It's what we're taught. I'll be honest about that.
Will you, Tony? Will you be honest?
I'm being honest. It's what we're taught. I mean, what else? What other name would you put on it if you wasn't taught the name?
My question is: would you even consider a concept of a God if you were never taught the concept of a God?
You would title it God, but you're going to concept it as something.
The idea of a God.
Right, you're going to title it as a God.
Wait, because you're assuming that in the absence of the concept of God, that there has to be something else.
The question, something, and we titled it.
No.
How do you know that there's something, Tony?
There has to be something greater than us.
Why does there have to be that?
Okay, and I will say this too. Remember, Petty, when we first met last year, remember when I told you the book of Job messed my head up more than more than Revelations? Mm-hmm. Because the questions that God asked Job couldn't answer, but he was living in half of the questions that he was asking him. And I say it like that on purpose. There's something greater than us making half of what's going on happen.
Because you don't understand it.
No, go ahead. Let me explain something to you, because I'm almost at my 30 minutes. So I'm gonna explain this to you.
About 15 minutes after you, so go ahead.
There doesn't have to be anything making this happen. There doesn't.
So how do we explain
now? No, hold on.
Why does it need to be explained?
Because it's
the much reason. Hold
on. Evidence.
Right. You know what that sounds like? It sounds like a need for control. That's what it sounds like.
Right. It doesn't need to be explained, right? Mm-hmm. Because you don't know how a reproductive system works.
Nope. But it works like a motherfucker.
But it works.
Right. So why are you so okay to handle that? So why
are you okay with not knowing how a reproductive system works, but you need to know how all of the bad shit that's happening
exactly.
But it's because somebody understands it. I might not understand it, and so I'm believing in what they've learned or what they know.
But how can you verify what they know?
I appreciate Black Light Revelations. He said some good shit right there. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
And I was just about to read that, but I wanted to get her answer. How do you know he knows what he knows?
How do you?
Because it sounds good. Is it because it sounds good?
No, it's almost, for me, we know because it's science. So for me, I'm looking at it from a science base. So it's been proven time and time again. We know that it works. We know that it takes, a sperm to to invade the egg, to begin a pregnancy, to begin a life. We know that. I don't know what all the intricacies are, but I know the basis of it. I don't have to know all the intricacies. There are other people that do. Now, and so I understand completely where you're going with that. I feel where you're saying it. I do believe, though, we look for something because we're always trying to explain something, right? We want to know the whys. That's how we're wired. Why does the sun rise? Why does the sea have a tide, and sometimes it's higher and sometimes it's lower. Right. So we're used to having answers, and you can take that back to a control thing. We're used to having answers to a great number of things. The fact that we don't have answers is disconcerting to some people.
Right.
Again, for a lot of people, like I said, I'm on the edge, right? I'm about 3 seconds from over completely. However, because I have always had that God is this, then my thing was, okay, well, I can't call it God if I'm saying that I know that the Bible is a book of stories. I know it's a book of stories. I know everything is not literal. And there are, stories that they're giving us for us to do certain things or to understand certain things. So I don't necessarily want to call it a God. I believe something else is out there because, again, we're breathing every day. How is it that all of that?
Okay, but Sissy, this is the thing. Like, you use the word no. I know that there is something out there because we're breathing. You don't know that. What you know is that you have lungs and a circulatory system. That's what you know. And that's all you know. So the fact that you said, I know that there's something out there, is not a true statement. You don't know. You think that there's something out there.
So I'm going to give you, exactly. But what I'm saying is when you're making that transition, in your mind, it's still one of those, well, there's got to be something that's making everything happen. And so because that's what your purview has been, because that's what your reference has been, that's where that makes it more difficult. That's that last step of giving up that I don't have to know, or what I think I know, I don't necessarily know anymore. Does that make sense?
Right. Okay.
And so that's where you see a lot of people that are just like, they're like right there, but it's where they're still looking at, but I know it's not God, but there's something. It's because we're saying, hey, we're stepping away from Christianity because there's a lot of stuff that's going on through Christianity, and we don't want to associate with that. But somebody's got to be making this happen. Something has got to be making this happen. Therefore, I'm not going to name it. I'm going to say I'm spiritual, or I'm not going to grab onto this.
Yeah.
But the question then turns to, why does there have to be something?
And I don't think there has to be. I think that's just our brain. We've already been programmed.
She's saying that's the indoctrination part.
Right, that's the indoctrination. Okay.
That's what she's saying.
Which brings me back to my point. Oops, I'm sorry. I apologize. I didn't even realize but brings me back to my point, which how dangerous indoctrination truly the fuck is.
Absolutely.
Really? Right? Because if we don't,
absolutely,
and I think that might be one of the biggest reasons on why there's such a disconnect between the believers and the not believers, right? Where there becomes this discombobulation of, here, can we see eye to eye and still move forward? No, we can't. You know why? Because this group sees this, because they were branded and indoctrinated with this ideal. And even if you destroy that original ideal, that ideal still seems to permeate to a second ideal that is less, it doesn't have a name, but it's still something.
Right.
Well, you gotta look at what's greater than us. Even as we live amongst it, we don't understand it. We can title and name as much as possible, but there are still things we can't put together. and we're living amongst it. Take the whole planet. If we're gods, as the Muslims teach us, we're the original people. We're the ones that came from all over the place, and we're running all this and all that. How do we explain what we have when you're looking for an explanation for everything else? Do you see what I'm saying on that?
No.
Okay. We're supposed to be, I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. Muslims always teach black folks are the original people, correct?
Yes.
No. Well, yes.
Okay. Black folks are the original people. Black folks are the original. Go ahead.
No, go.
It was just a yes and a no. It was kind of a.
Okay. I just want to make sure I ain't losing because I want to hear everything on this.
Right.
90s hip hop taught everybody black folks are the original folks. We're the original gods. We got the oldest flag in the universe. I got all that. As much as we demand explanation from other people, how can we explain what we have now? And I say it like that.
I think that you're superimposing one religion over the other.
Right.
Okay,
and that's where the fault in your argument lies.
Okay,
right.
That's fine.
Right.
But we can't explain any and everything.
But okay,
why do you feel the need to, Tony? Let's talk
let's talk about that because I think that is actually a really important thing because the fact of the matter is we can have 1,000 more. Listen, not everything is going to be explained when my kids are grown, and not everything is going to be explained when my kids' kids are grown, and not everything is going to be explained when my kids' kids are grown, right? And so on and so forth. There will always be a question. There will always be wonder, and there will always be some sort of unknowing. Right. So why is it that you feel that you need to know, and that knowing ultimately ends up to be some sort of God that you've created rather than it is just natural?
But the thing is that he doesn't even feel the need to know. He's okay with not knowing if he can assign that not knowing into God's hands. You know what I mean? Like if he can say, yes, I don't know, but that's because that's God and God is greater than me.
That's not what I said.
You see what I mean? No, but that's what you are saying.
No, it's not what I'm saying. No, and I'll tell you why. If you demand an answer and I can't prove it, you don't believe in it, correct?
Right.
Right.
Now, if I did it in retrospect, how would you feel about it? And how would you... I can't explain every question you ask me. And I've always told you that from day one. I can't explain this, I can't explain that. But I know it exists. In your retrospect, if you can't explain it, it doesn't exist. I think that's more of the interconnect than anything.
Well, it's not. See, and here's the thing. I think a lot of people get this misunderstood.
Right.
When you say something like, "Well, if you can't explain it, then it doesn't exist." No,
that's not true.
Yeah, right. If you can't explain it, no. But hear it out. Hold up, because if you can't explain it, then how can you show that there's any logical explanation or valid evidence at all to it? The thing is we're not saying, I think, and this goes back to the original point that you were making during the show, Petty. You said the person that you had spoke to basically said you shouldn't be so absolutist, right? Well, the fact of the matter is this: atheists are the least absolutist of all people.
Sure.
Right? Because yes, absolutely. You know why? Because we're saying,
go ahead. Not the ones that I met, but go ahead.
But listen, because here's the thing. Atheists are saying, listen, we're not saying that it's not possible, but in order for us to have this conversation, you have to give us some sort of evidence that lends to this, hypothetical situation in which you come up with, right? But we're not saying that it's not possible. We're just saying there isn't any evidence that supports your claim.
Right. And that's like you saying,
you don't have evidence, you look naive.
But I'm just saying, that's like saying you want to come up to me and have a conversation, like an in-depth conversation about a talking snake. Like, well, I've never seen a talking snake before. And you're
I ain't never seen a talking snake. It's just in the book, goddamn.
but see, guys, you see what I mean? Like, but now that I'm giving you things and you recognize it as a Bible story, then you're already ready to defend it. Oh, no, that's just
I didn't defend it. It just says that's the story. I'm not defending it, but that's
right. But the thing is, but again, forget the Bible for a second. If I came up to you and I said, I want to talk to a talking snake, right? And this talking snake is the most amazing creature that I've ever met.
And you know what you would say? Guess what you would say if she walked up to you and just said that you had no idea of the Bible. Guess what you would say?
What would I say?
You would say, you crazy, you're stupid. I ain't never seen no talking snake a day in my life.
Why
would you not?
Say I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
I will look at you. Now, let me see what I did. Ife, how long you know me?
Let me see. Shit. 28, 29, 30 years, something like that.
If somebody would have came up to this in college and told us some shit like that, what would we have done?
Laughed.
Thank you. But we would be like, let me go see. Let me go see. I would do exactly what you all do. I would be like, let me go see.
Right. So the idea that people want us to have these in-depth conversations about a magic sky daddy, right? Who
I hate how you do that shit.
Sees all, knows all, right? Who will heal you, who performs miracles.
Oh my God.
And all of this shit. And he says, I'm your daddy. Get on your knees.
I didn't say that. No, don't do that. No.
No, hey, listen, this is what the Bible says. Now, if you don't believe that, you don't believe the Bible, sir.
Right.
I told you when I questioned the Bible, too. I told you that a long time ago.
If you don't believe the Bible, then you don't believe it.
Right. So you want us to have this in-depth conversation, but you don't want to bring us any evidence. You don't even want to take us to the talking snake.
We cannot bring you physical evidence.
And here's the thing. Listen, and here's the thing. This is why I always ask this question, because here in the question I'm asking, if you actually break down the question I'm asking, you actually noticing that I'm actually not asking for evidence. I'm asking for evidence of the plausibility for the claim in which you make. That's it. Not that is absolute truth.
Most
I'm asking you.
Most absolute truth.
Well, I'm not asking you for that. You know why? I know you can't provide that.
You do.
I also
I give you credit for that. I give you absolute credit for that. But most people want absolute physical truth.
But I also know this. If I ask you just for evidence of a possibility, I also know you can't bring me that. And that's why I asked you the question of just bring me evidence of the possibility.
Most atheists want physical evidence or physical proof, which most Christians cannot provide. And I'm very honest about that.
Let me tell you this.
If I may interject here.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you this before I go. Because that's my time, y'all.
Okay, so real quick. He wanted to go, but I'm gonna. You're gonna leave. I know you're gonna leave, right? You're about to leave.
Yeah. So I wanted to wrap up.
All right. So she's gonna wrap up her argument. Everybody, stay up because we're gonna fucking keep the conversation going. So let her finish up. She's gonna jump out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, go ahead.
So I went and had a doctor's appointment this week. Found out that I have high cholesterol issues. And my doctor called me.
Not enough dick in her life.
For you. Huh?
Not enough dick in her life.
Oh, Lord have mercy. He eating the wrong meat, y'all. Don't listen to him.
A whole lot of chicken, nigga.
Tony, this story is for you. Okay? This story is for you.
And don't think I won't come up tomorrow night if you come and crazy. Go ahead.
Listen, I have high cholesterol. And my doctor called me and said, listen, your cholesterol is a little elevated. I know that you told me before that you like to eat lamb, but you can't eat lamb as much anymore. I'm going to need you to cut out the lamb and eat more fish. And I said to her, my Bible says that God said, bring into the temple the ram, lay your hand upon its head.
I said I wasn't going to drink no more than that.
And then slaughter the lamb, place it on the altar of fire so that I may consume it.
Ife, this is what I've been going through.
Okay? You're not going to tell me that there's anything wrong with lamb when God himself eats lamb. And if you don't believe that, you don't believe the Bible.
You don't believe the Bible.
So I'm going to sacrifice the lamb according to what God said in his word, and cholesterol is not going to be an issue because God himself is going to heal me because he told me to slaughter the lamb, put it on the altar of fire so that he may consume it.
It is a burnt sacrifice. Nobody said eating. That's what you get for misreading.
Who's misreading?
You got to go, don't you?
Who's misreading?
You got to go,
you see what I mean? Who's misreading? What the priest supposed to do?
I noticed how he did that shit.
Yeah, what were the priests supposed to eat? What the Bible tell the priest to eat?
I don't remember. I didn't read that part. It's been a while.
Right.
But you just told me that I misread.
My
I remember sacrifice.
Tony,
I don't remember eating.
Tony, do you not know once she says, if you don't believe that, then you don't believe the Bible. It's a wrap. You know how many times she and I have had this conversation.
Listen, over the past 12 months, I can imagine, but I love it because you know what? If I miss something, we'll go back and look into it. So she's gonna go. I will probably come on tomorrow night. I want every last one of you motherfuckers up here tomorrow night.
You not ready.
I'm ready. I want all the smoke. I want all the smoke.
Look, you don't want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
You can't handle the truth, Tony. You just told me that I misread.
I want all the smoke.
All right. I love y'all niggas from the bottom of my nuts.
I got no nuts, man.
All right, Petty.
Tony,
good night.
Tony, is that not my sister?
Bye.
Is that not my sister?
That's your sister.
Is that not my sister?
That's your sister. Izzy, I'm gonna get to you in a second.
Look, you don't want to get with me, okay? Because you couldn't even hang with my baby mama, nigga.
I'm gonna get with you just because you got more languages and more.
You couldn't even hang with. You couldn't hang with my baby mama, nigga.
I can't see you, alright?
My nigga, you couldn't hang with my baby mama.
Listen, I told you I'm here.
Bye,
I told you I'm here.
I want to say, hey, bye, baby mama. I'll talk to you later.
Be good,
can we hurry up and get started with the kids so we can have a kid, please?
I got high cholesterol. Didn't you just hear me?
I got cholesterol.
You right. I'm wrong. You right. I'm wrong.
Drink some water, take a dump, and all that bullshit.
You right. I'm wrong.
Yes. I don't even know why you play with her.
I'm not. You think I'm playing? You really think I'm playing? You really think I'm playing too, huh? You thought I was playing. You thought I was playing until I made my way down to SoCal right quick. And
bye, niggas.
All right, Petty.
Bye.
Best we ain't forget you, man. Just hold on 1 second for real. Ife, I do this like I do spades. When was I ever scared?
You always scared. Stop it.
When was I ever scared?
But let me say this.
Let me tell you something. Everybody hold on a second. I ain't gonna front. Ife, you introduced me to Petty. Yeah. Petty introduced me to this motherfucker right here.
Right.
This dude right here done dropped so much shit and we done talked so much shit. We done gone back and forth where we always holler at each other. And he told her that he loved me. I got love for this motherfucker. Like he said, no homo. I'm saying the same goddamn thing. We're going to vape on camera. We're going to talk shit on camera. We're going to cuss on camera, but we're going to talk to each other because no matter what the differences is, we're going to carry this conversation. I hope everybody up here listening to this shit, fuck your differences. Carry the goddamn conversation. Because I'm having trouble.
Right.
Because it's always about the conversation. That's really
because you gotta understand both sides of the story to understand the motherfucker. Some of y'all too goddamn selfish out here to know anybody else's bullshit. You stuck in your goddamn ways, and that's why COVID's fucking your ass up because you ain't got nobody to deal with. You didn't want to deal with no goddamn body, and now you ain't got shit. Won't nobody help you when you ain't got shit. You need a stimulus check more than you need a friend. You're fucked up in the head.
Shit. I got enough friends. Give me a stimulus check. Fuck the bullshit. Okay, look, check this out. Look. At the end of the day, though, listen.
What?
The conversation.
Why don't you never listen to nobody?
I listen to your ass. Can you take a drink of your peach schnapps real quick?
Please? I got water now. It's after hours.
Lord.
This it ain't even midnight yet. Oh my!
It is. God. It's 2 a.m. my time. It's 2 a.m.
Right.
Though.
Oh Lord have mercy. Okay,
actually, I want to holler at Kevin. And so when you said it's a lie. Somebody told you there was a talking snake, you would laugh them off and not research because it's not plausible. In college, we was ridiculous. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, for real. Ife, y'all see Ife up here? She has known me since 1990 motherfucking 1. She will tell you some of the reckless shit that I've done that I don't want nobody to know. When I tell you, hey, and we was drunk back then, underage. I said it on the internet, who gonna come get me? You know what I'm saying? We have done some wild banana shit. A lot of the shit that I'm telling, I hate Kevin. He keep Ife, this motherfucker keep calling me Van Jones. I swear, if I ever see him, his phone and pop it. You are the most. You know what? I say this shit
Is
all
that
week.
what
Hold
he
on,
keeps saying?
hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hold
and this is why you can't feed niggas cheap liquor.
Is that why
Hey,
he keeps saying Van?
the last bottle I
I
had
was
cost
trying to figure
$80.
that
This one
out.
cost $35. They must have put something in there, motherfucker. I swear to
Yeah,
God. I hate
yes.
food for thought. Food for thought. You are the most dried up, unseasoned, turkey spaghetti looking motherfucker I ever seen in my life. Fuck you.
Oh my goodness.
Listen. Kevin, food for thought. Kevin calls motherfucking Tony Van Jones.
I
And
hate
that's
his
Shut
ass.
up.
You
I
know,
was
everybody
like,
black
why
been
does she
mad at
keep
Van
saying
Jones for the
Van?
past 7 months, and he gonna do that shit to me. And then he gonna call me a male stripper. You know what? I got auditioned to want to be. You know what I'm saying?
You
I
know
had
what?
women that wanted to pay me one time, but that was 20 years and 40 pounds ago. Fuck you. I'm sorry,
y'all.
Abyss. Please continue with your dissertation.
all right.
I'm over my
Let's
time,
No,
and
no,
my
you
man's
guys are
about to
good.
kick in a minute. But y'all go ahead, man.
No, it's fine. No, what I was gonna suggest was that I guess like it would have been nice if Patty was around, but I guess probably she can watch the replay or something. But
She'll watch the replay.
right. So here's the thing, like the problem behind the God and the gaps kind of explanation, right? So when you're confronted with something that you cannot understand or something you cannot discern, right? And the first thing that people think, especially like if they're religious, is that there's some kind of power, it could be a god or something else that's doing this. And when you go into one thing that you should do, like when you're confronted with a very strange things, is that you should seek explanation instead of making up one up, because what you saw may not be novel. What I'm saying is that there might have been others that have experienced the same thing and came up with different explanations as to what they're seeing or what they're experiencing, and it's really important. And I see that lacking in the most religious people because they just want to assert that there's a God doing things that nobody can explain.
That
And
does happen. That's true.
right. But here's also the other problem. Especially like if you're mostly like scientifically inclined, you kind of see that the problems. I guess like the granularity of the problem that you're trying to address. By that I mean, like, for example, you can ask like, why is the sky blue, right? Some person might give you an explanation that it's actually due to light scattering that we're seeing the sky to be blue, and that it's actually kind of a visual like a visual thing. It has nothing to do with the fact that there is water, as religion asserts, in the sky, right? So when you try to come up like light scattering explanation, and there are people that are doing with the scattering of light that can give you even more detailed explanation that they don't know about. So what I'm trying to say is that why is the sky blue is like a really big problem. But if you're trying to talk about why is light scattering the way it does, it becomes more particular problem.
The reason why the sky is blue is because your eyes. Damn it, and you know that.
Well, so I mean, we can we can detect a very slim sliver of the electromagnetic spectrum, and that's what we call like the visible range.
Please, that's why I cut you
you're
off
right, like
the last thing I heard about the sky being blue was a reflection of the ocean. You said electromagnetic spectrum. That's why I tell you be talking me to sleep, because I got to think about half the shit you said in the first
because you know why? Because he's not lying.
What I'm saying,
Because technically he knows he's not lying. That's number one.
No,
Number
he's
two,
not lying, but
I
we
was
don't understand why he ain't
invited.
lying.
Wait. I got an announcement. I got an announcement. Hold on, real quick before you start. I'm gonna let you go. I was invited to a room on Clubhouse that's called Hebrew Israelites Are Delusional.
Oh fuck.
I just wanted to put that out there real
Hey
quick.
Kevin, you ain't lying. He be unpacking some crazy shit. I swear. This motherfucker PhD. We still trying to graduate high school. This shit.
Y'all niggas is slow. Okay, get on the motherfucking back of the trike, nigga, and fucking
I'm on the back of Snowpiercer.
Get on speed, Negro. Jesus Christ! All right,
Wow.
go ahead. Keep on going.
Go ahead, bitch. You got 5 more minutes. My man's kicking in. Go ahead.
Yeah. Listen. Wrap it up in 2 because I want to get some shit in too, and then I'm gonna go on here, and I might actually let y'all listen to this conversation while I smack the shit out these motherfuckers. So go ahead.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. That'll be interesting. So what I'm trying to say is that like whenever you come to like, you know, the very specific problems in science or whatever, the problems become so small or so detailed that they don't require the intervention of a deity. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's why I raised, like, you know, for the sky being blue, for a person that studies optics, that they know that, you know, it's because of light scattering is the sky's blue. And for them, that explanation would incur, or like would also pull another problem that you cannot explain. So when you go down the rabbit hole, what I'm trying to say is that when you go down the rabbit hole, you don't see this kind of you know, divine intervention into things that you want to explain. And that's why scientists, for the most part, stay to be skeptic, because, you know, you need to appeal to the masses. Even though, like, you know, the most scientists, I would prudently say that they are atheists inside, like they don't say it out loud, right? But you know, they very well know that, you know, the problems that they face every day, you know, the challenges that they are trying to address every day, does not require a supernatural explanation. And I can give you like, you know, a problem, like an example.
Not tonight. Not tonight. You said 2 minutes. Goddammit. Not tonight.
So I studied sickle cell disease like back in, like, when I was doing my graduate studies. And well, I didn't study like the entire sickle cell disease, but its effect on the brain. So I did publish like 2 papers with other co-authors. And what we found out was that we can actually use light that is emitted into the head to detect whether the person has symptoms of sickle cell disease, which greatly reduces, like, you know, the blood work that you have to do in order to
identify,
determine, right, exactly, identify, or like, if you want to, you know, find specific patterns of sickle cell disease. You know, of course, like, people would still feel drowsy, or they are anemic, like they don't have oxygen supply, or, like, you know, much oxygen in their blood, and they feel dizzy when they get up, right, you know, quickly or something. They have pains on, like, you know, joint aches and stuff.
Right.
Those are, you know, physical characteristics, but you can actually use light to detect whether that person has a sickle cell disease. And we are, I mean, the lab that I was working on at the time, and I demonstrated that. I did the data analysis. So that by itself is a very granular problem that we addressed, right? And it's never been done before, like, because, like, you know, our research was the novel one. But I can confidently tell you that, you know, even though there are some, you know, data analysis problems that I incurred, there was no significant anomaly that I can attribute to some kind of supernatural or a very strange kind of entity. Do you get what I mean? So I'm trying to, you know, give you my own experience in this thing. Of course, people can come up with other kind of things, but I think, like, that's what most religious people get into traps. Like, whenever you're confronted with question that not everybody would answer, you just, like, you know, fill in the gap, say that, you know, perhaps, like, maybe it's God, or or it's just, you could just downright say that, it's God, when in fact that there is a logical explanation, that if you go a step further and consult people that have studied the effect or the phenomena, that you would find out that it has a more pervasive, it has a more detailed explanation as to how, as to why things are happening or things are occurring the way they do. So that's what I wanted to say.
Nah, you good. You
when we're
good. Like I said, we
confronted,
just picking
right?
on you, man. But you be going in like a mug.
Right.
I swear for God.
Yeah, I don't want to lose you guys because
You lost me. You lost me with
this,
electromagnetic. You did. I ain't gonna lie to you. That was 15 minutes
well,
ago. I'm gonna fuck with
so
you.
electromagnetic is like your X-rays, your microwaves, and your light, and even your the radio signals,
Nah, you been good. I heard you
signals.
more than
These
once.
are right. These are all electromagnetic radiations.
Yeah, I've
And we
heard you
see a
more than once.
very
You be elaborating like hell. We're gonna change your name to Abyss the Elaborator of Information. I swear for God. I swear for God.
yeah.
But you good. You
Yeah.
good. Did you see what Kevin just asked you?
Yeah, I just saw that. So it seems like the COVID vaccine so far have no adverse effects, even though some of them actually vary in efficiency. Like, for example, if you're taking the Pfizer or Moderna uh, um, vaccines, that they seem to have a very effective way of um, preventing the virus. Although that's really difficult to say whether that applies for all variants of viruses, like, because there's one virus that the UK variant, which is now like spreading out in the entire United States, it can be suppressed based on the current vaccines that we have. But the South African variant is kind of difficult to prevent using the vaccines that we have, because they had to discard the Johnson and Johnson and take the AstraZeneca vaccines instead, just to curb the spread of I think they call the B1351 variant. That's the South African variant. So yeah, I wouldn't be skeptical, because they seem to be very effective. What is going to happen? In fact, I think Biden announced this during this week, is that he's gonna. I think the U.S. government procured large sums of vaccines that are a little less effective, like the Johnson and Johnson, and they're gonna administer the vaccines for the masses, or for anyone who's gonna willing to take the vaccine anyway. But so I think it's kind of important to take the vaccine, because if there is a greater chance of resurgence of the virus, by the way, like if people are not vaccinated, it's just going to come back as a flu, right? Like as flu does. Of course, the mechanism for flu is kind of different, because flu evolves, and that's why you have different strains of flus every year, and that's why you need to take a flu shot every year. But there is a chance of resurgency, especially if the cases in the United States drop, and if there are other countries that have not had the vaccines on a mass scale, and if people from that area come by, and if they are the carriers of the virus, that if the U.S. population is not vaccinated en masse, that there is a chance that this thing can spread again, right? So in order to curb that, I think it's kind of important, if you have the opportunity, take the vaccine, because better to have it than not have it, because the kind of the advantage outweighs the
real quick, I hate to break in. I am here. I swear to God, I'm here. I'm about to get my opportunity to tell these motherfuckers something. And the question is, why are Hebrew Israelites delusional, right? And I just want you to know that, because when I come live, you're going to hear my answer, because I'm waiting for them to get to me, because I'm going to smack the shit out of all of these motherfuckers, including the so-called fake-ass Jews. All right, y'all keep on talking, but I'm right here real quick because I'm waiting
Actually,
for
I ain't
my
gonna lie.
turn.
I'm good. Abyss, I appreciate you. Black Light Revelations. I'm gonna get your ass. I need your ass on my broadcast. And here you go playing me out. Abyss, honestly, straight up, I might come on tomorrow night. I do need you around. Remember when I told you on the last broadcast, I said I wanted you and Black Light Revelations on my broadcast? Because I'm gonna try and do I definitely want to get on COVID. I definitely want to get on that reparations bill. I know a bunch of y'all are researching. Ife, I want you around too. And Izzy, I don't know your work schedule, bro. I want to try to get on, but I know y'all like a few hours behind me. But I got some stuff that I want to get on for real. And I want everybody up here. So, Abyss, no matter what, I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate your info. And I damn sure respect the information you give in. So don't take nothing that I said. You hear me?
All right.
Yeah,
All
Tone,
right,
I don't have any
Tony.
performances tomorrow night, so I should be good.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and do something. Once I take Jason out and hang out with him for a little bit, watch some movies and shit.
Oh, we playing for something for tomorrow night without me? You old
No, I
sneaky
just said your
conniving
name.
motherfuckers.
I just said your name. You old multitask social media
You
ass.
thought I wasn't listening to y'all sons of
That's your
bitches, right?
motherfucking thought. When you play the broadcast back like I do, you would have heard what the fuck I said. Hey, I'm trying to wait. I'm trying to fight my man from kicking in. So whenever you going on the Hebrew Israelite, I'm trying to be around.
I'm gonna let y'all hear because I'm gonna go in on this shit because
Yeah,
I don't like none of these
Kevin,
motherfuckers.
you bring your ass up there too, and you gonna start talking about me. I promise I got a cussing out for your ass. But I know
Food
you
for
get
thought is always hilarious, but this motherfucker will never come up to my shows so we can bring. Yeah, we always trying to get food for thought up here, and he's always busy.
Son of a bitch. Hey, I caught him one day. I was at work and he broadcast. I tried to jump on for a second, so I know he's for real, but I'm gonna get his ass.
That nigga's always busy. He always working or some shit.
He work more than me. Ain't that a bitch?
Right? Ain't that a motherfucker? I used to say, if you work more than me, niggas, you's a lie, nigga. Because I used to work like 80, 85 hours a week, nigga. And I was like, nigga, you don't work as many hours as me, nigga. Like,
you
the
like
fuck
Tommy
out of
Martin.
here,
You
man.
ain't got no job, man.
Right? Fuck out of here, bro.
Tell her working ass. Always broadcasting and commenting, motherfuckers. But nah, I definitely if I come on tomorrow, I want everybody ready for I want to do a COVID chat.
That nigga works Amazon shifts.
You stupid. I want to do a COVID chat. I want to do a crypto chat. Everybody get your info up, get your research in, because I'm definitely looking at all different aspects of crypto. What we got going on with COVID right now. I just heard earlier this week there's a new Brazilian strain that's more virulent than what we got from the UK and the South African strain.
I forgot to mention
And
that.
definitely, I appreciate that. And definitely, we're gonna jump on some of the stuff that's going on in politics because I want to talk about reparations, and I definitely want to talk about what they just tried to pull last night, delaying the stimulus bill. That was some bullshit. Because I caught a lot of it. Instead of passing it, they just decided to read the thing all the way through, and that's messed up. We got people out here struggling. This is outside of all of us who got careers, all of us who got jobs, all of us who got some form of money coming in.
They actually did a means testing.
Huh?
So that what they did was a means testing, like so it's based on your 2019 income. Like so they had like different steps as to how much COVID stimulus that they were going to give out. So it's really a slap in the face.
It is a slap in the face. Izzy, let us know when you're about to come on. Black Light Revelations dead up for real, man. Y'all, if y'all don't subscribe to me, man, just stay alert for when I come on. I do want to do a broadcast. I'm probably going to take maybe an hour max. If we go longer, that's fine. But when I got my boy around, I try to like get in when he's busy. So if I can get him to bed like I did tonight, I got him to bed and he sleeps, so I'm able to stay up here for a little bit. But I definitely want everybody's input for real because y'all drop some facts. I need y'all up here. Ife, you come on up too for real. You
yeah, I'll be on.
Yeah,
like I don't have any performances tomorrow night, and matter of fact, I don't have any like shows until
I saw your schedule. I saw it up there. Right.
Yeah, until third and fourth weekend. So right now I'm cool, and I'm not doing a whole lot because I'm trying to make sure to save my voice.
Right, and
because I'm getting ready to be doing a lot.
Something else. And Black Light Revelations, I'm on the same time zone as you, bro. So we're on the same schedule. That's exactly what it is. You got still don't have to you live when I got you. Oh, Kevin, I did see the NFTs. Do me a favor. Get up on all you can with that because I looked at that too. I think that's a new aspect we need to jump on. A motherfucking sap. I read that shit.
So do I need to be looking at that too?
Yeah, look at NFTs because when he put
What
it up
is an
earlier,
NFT? What is an NFT?
it was non fucking. Oh my god, non something tangible.
What up, Beers?
What was it? Non something tangibles. Hold on.
It was on the other chat. I mean, it was on
Non-fungible tokens. And we need to see if we could jump on that and we can knock that shit out. That would be something. Because y'all know I'm on that crypto. If you remember, I showed you the link. If at all possible, the community that I'm in, I will run through the videos with y'all and I would love for you all to analyze and to see your interest. But I don't know about anybody else. I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of work. I'm tired of boss. I'm tired of laws being used against me. If we got a way to make money where nobody can do nothing with us, I say we get in. Everybody who's down, there's 237 folks up here. Bring all your friends. Let's talk some shit. Let's plan some money. You ain't got to have a whole lot, but let's motherfucking get started more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Izzy, you ready, bro? Oh, no, he over there bugging.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
I said, you ready to get on? Cause we waiting on you, bro. I'm just
Yeah, I'm ready to do this shit. I'm
waiting on
actually
you.
gonna call it. I'm actually probably gonna call it.
Okay.
I'm just still waiting. There's this long list, and they're going down each list of why are the Hebrew Israelites like delusional? And I don't think just the Hebrew Israelites. And let me make that very clear right now. I don't think that the Hebrew Israelites are delusional. I think they're all delusional. Anybody that calls himself a Jew, I think, is delusional.
Wow.
Yeah, I go that far because the fact of the matter is there is no.
We are not perfect people
Hold
walking
on.
this earth at all.
I hear him.
Yeah, you hear.
Hispanic,
There is no proof or any kind of evidence. There's no bloodline of Aaron nor Moses. So all these motherfuckers is delusional, quite literally.
I feel you.
Yeah, I never quite understood where they were coming from.
Okay, so okay, go ahead, keep on going. Ask a question.
I was just gonna say I've had people, try to pull me in, and I'm like, that don't even sound like nothing I read in the Bible when I was reading about it.
Right. Well, okay, because a lot of Hebrew Israelite, a lot of what they talk about comes straight out of Deuteronomy. Okay, so what you would have to do is you would have to read Deuteronomy, and then you would have to look at the history of the African people, right? And then read Deuteronomy, the prophecies according to Deuteronomy, Deuteronomy 28, Deuteronomy 16, Deuteronomy 26, Deuteronomy, I think I already said 18, right? So, yeah. So, 24, 23, you know what I mean? There would be some, there's prophecies all throughout Deuteronomy, right? And then if you match up the two, right, the two groups, you match up all the groups and you look at the history of all groups, Latino, Asiatic, African, white, right, Caucasian, right, the person that Jew, they actually, the person that matches the closest is African.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And so what they do is they automatically assume that this is the true Jews are not the people who call themselves Jews, is the people who actually call themselves African people.
Right.
Right. Yeah, because it's primarily, and I want y'all to understand this, primarily, South American and North American Africans are, in their perception, the Jewish people. We're gonna go to A. Go ahead. You feel me? And so let me see. To be honest, I just want to make sure I'm not getting past stuff.
Yeah, keep your eyes on there.
Yeah.
Abyss.
Oh shit. Hold on. I think I missed my turn. Hold on.
Make sure you didn't miss it. And Kevin, make sure you stay up on the NFTs. That's gonna be the topic of when you come on, that's the topic I want you to cover. Abyss, when you come on, what I gotta get you? I gotta figure yours out. Damn. Izzy, you gonna stay on top of that crypto because you know the wallets. But Kev, definitely stay on top of the Kev, you stay on top of the crypto. Black Light Revelations.
Gotcha.
If you can hear me, I want you on top of that COVID more than anything. Definitely get on top of that new strain that came from Brazil.
Oh yeah,
Give
yeah.
me everything you can on that. Abyss, you just gonna be my damn general knowledge out this motherfucker. Your ass be going in, boy. I swear. I'm half tired just listening to you already, but you wasn't bullshit. That's why I didn't graduate college. I couldn't take all that information.
If you don't stop, boy.
You know it's the truth. We play spades just to stay awake. They say the real Juju. Shit.
Hey. Stop. Don't be telling that brother all of
I
that.
said it. I was your partner, and I ain't let nobody fuck with you. We play spades to stay awake. I said it.
Hey.
I'm
We're
pleading
not
the
supposed.
first, second,
I
third,
was
and
a
fourth
good.
before the fifth. I don't give a damn.
I was a good student in college.
You would. I failed my chemistry class because of you. I hope that drink come out your nose. I hope that drink come out your nose, and you know exactly what I'm talking about.
That's why I didn't drink, because I knew you was finna say some old crazy shit.
300,000. Yeah, I saw that LeBron clip. I saw that, Kev. Yeah, stay up on that, please. That's gonna be your topic when we jump on, man. I want to cover crypto, man. Everybody tired of being broke. We need to go ahead and do this for real. We're gonna go ahead and do this. I want everybody dead clear, and I want everybody's free cash going into investing and damn profiting from now on. We done blowing money. White Castle, McDonald's, Burger King, and Amazon have made enough money off of us. Let's make money off ourselves.
Basically.
Before they remove all of it, well, you saw what they did to Reza Islam. They took his ass off. Now he back on Instagram. It's the only place he at.
Hey, Blacklight, I can't seem to subscribe to you.
Because he is on YouTube right now.
He's on YouTube, yeah.
Gotcha.
Right. So you gotta subscribe to Blacklight Revelations 1, 2, and 3 on YouTube. He primarily is on right, because he's primarily on YouTube because he's a pussy and he won't get on fucking Habs. But that's okay. We forgive him for that because everybody got their faults. You know what I mean? Can't nobody can't not everybody can be as perfect as me. I get it.
You know
Izzy,
what?
by the way, I was gonna
totally
ask.
get that, Izzy.
Damn.
Oops.
What's
Sorry.
up?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, did you meet with Mark?
Where they are power hungry.
He's like
the
CEO of Apps.
Where they want to be the white man.
I mean, like they kind of like jump between broadcasts and try to meet up with the different broadcasters. So I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, so I've talked to a couple of people. They haven't came into mind, and if they have, they came into mind when they probably didn't agree with something that I said, and they left very quickly. The fact of the matter is, the thing is here's the thing. I don't mind if they leave early because they're like, oh yeah, I can't fuck with this shit, right? I don't mind that because, it's hard for people to understand that shit. But at the end of the day, right? I would like to talk to Mark to see where his mental is on certain situations. So absolutely, I would love to meet him, but I haven't met him. I've met everybody else, but I haven't met the two co-owners of Haps. Not yet. Not completely.
Because, like,
you know what? I want to
Jim
get them
interviewed
on.
Mark.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, like, so Jim interviewed Jim from Chicago. He interviewed Mark. Revolution McGinnis also interviewed Mark. And I think, like, they kind of, like I said, the technical team of Habs kind of jump between broadcasts to make sure that everything is running smoothly. So yeah, I was just curious, like, if they kind of venture into one of your broadcasts.
I would actually love to fucking actually talk to them to see where they are on certain situations, certain issues, and how far what all do they allow and don't allow. I would actually enjoy that. Because sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit too much for the site, but at the same time, they don't seem to ever fucking censor me. They don't seem to stop, my shit. They don't give me warnings. They don't give me anything. So it's like, I feel like they're probably like, they don't want somebody like me promoting their app, but they're not going to stop me from using the app. You understand what I'm saying?
You don't go directly at people. You drop facts based on what's going on, but you don't do. And see, they did post something up there right around the stuff that happened in DC. All the social media sites posted up there, no hate speech and no this and no that. They did do that. As much as we have the conversations up here, we're not going at nobody that doesn't come at us. We're not just promoting riots and inciting shit. I can tell you that straight up, bro. I can tell you that 100%. I
Right.
think that's what
No,
it is. They'll say
but
something, but they ain't worried about us because they know we're just talking amongst each other more than we
right.
trying to start some shit that's going to be a public nuisance.
Right now, I'm not gonna lie, I would like to have my check because I really do promote this app.
I do too.
Like, I really do promote the app, and I really do like the app, and I love what they give away. I love the way that the more and more I get used to it, there are a few things that I would like them to improve.
Right.
But for the most part, I really do like the app, and I appreciate what they give us for free. So I would like to meet them, but I also, if I met him, I would also expect a check on my name. I would expect it, and I don't know if I necessarily will get it. So therefore, because I don't know if I'll get it, and because I know I'll expect it, I don't know if I really want to meet them
Right.
as long as they just let me do my thing and don't censor me. Cool. You know
Yeah,
what I
and
mean?
you've been good for a minute, honestly.
Right.
I've seen a few of
Right.
their broadcasts. They pretty laid back. They pretty much let people do it, and they don't mess with nobody that's not messing up the platform. So I think everybody's all to the good. But I've sat back with a couple of chats with them, and everybody has talked to them. I mean, literally, when they broadcast, people show up. It's crazy. It really is crazy. It'd be like 1,000
Well, the thing is,
people.
like they add like all pairs. I mean, all of sorry, all tab,
You
all
fuck
tabs users.
you, Rob. Suck my dick, you fucking. It's not for lazy. It's not the lazy man's IMO, fucker. You know what it is? It's the motherfucker. Listen, bro. I'm not tech savvy. I am a motherfucking like you took care of everything. I talked, nigga, when we did our shit. Nigga, fuck you. Suck my dick. You can kiss my ass. All right. All right.
Oh shit! All right, my man's wearing in. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it. It's 3 o'clock in the morning here. Izzy, appreciate you as
Man.
always, man. Ife, good seeing you as always. You already know what it is. Abyss, like I
Right.
told you before, man. No matter what's going on, I respect your info. I respect your research, man. Please stay around, please, most definitely. And
Thank you,
Black
though.
Light Revelation, we're gonna get up, man. Y'all definitely try to stay in touch for tomorrow night. I do want to do a chat. I
Definitely.
do want to host a platform. Izzy, you already know what it is. It should be about 3 o'clock your time, and maybe 2-3 hours afterwards because I got my boy. But I'm gonna try and throw some up there. Everybody set your notifications up. I do want to do a nice little round table where
Got
we can cover some random stuff, man.
you. Got you.
Holla at me definitely. Ife, I'll talk to you soon. Big ups to everybody,
All right,
man.
bud.
Thanks again, y'all. Talk to y'all soon.
All right. So
All
check
right.
this out.
All right, then.
Anybody, because I sent the invitation to bitch ass Rob. Okay. I sent my invitation to I sent, but I got more invitations actually. Um for Clubhouse. So anybody that is not on Clubhouse, you let me know, hit me up, send me email or something, and I will fucking get you on Clubhouse. I have 5 invitations right now. I
Yeah,
don't
I'll send
use
you one.
them.
Is
Oh, you need an invitation?
because I actually am on Android, but I have an iPad, so I'm gonna try it through my iPad.
Okay, definitely.
Mm.
Yeah, send me something. Let me see. You can definitely get my number from Petty, but also if
Okay.
you need something, like everybody knows my shit, it's IZU HIGH on Instagram. So if you have an Instagram, just send me a DM, ask to request to be my friend, then send me a DM.
Yep.
I will send you an invitation. Also, I'm on Clubhouse. Are you live on there right now about to debate? Yeah, I'm in the room about the Israelites right now. Okay. I'm on Clubhouse right now. Also, let me see what
Twitter, I
else.
think.
I
Snapchat.
just sent you a request. I just sent you
Okay.
a request on Instagram.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I see it. I see it right there. Cool. Bang. I'm gonna so what I think I'm gonna need to do. So if got you, I just
Yep.
confirmed you. I
Okay.
follow back, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bang, bang, and then invite. I don't know how to fucking invite, dude. Oh, you know what you do? Oh, you know what?
What's that?
I have a lot of people that I can just add me, and then once you add me, I will check this shit again, and then I should be able to find your name.
Okay.
And then okay, so let me see if I can find you. IFE. Okay.
Yep.
All right, so you're not coming up yet. So just
On
give me a second.
Instagram?
Yeah, you're my friend and everything right now.
Yeah, I just accepted.
All right, cool. Let me see. Let's go.
It's J. Ife Jacobs. So.
See, oh, it's J.
Yeah, it's J first.
Okay,
I know you looking just regular Ife Jacobs on Instagram. I have a J in front of it first.
Right. So I just searched you. As soon as I can find you, and this is what I'm gonna do here. This is what I'm actually gonna do.
Hold on. Here, I'm just getting ready to DM you. How about that?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I just kind of hate that. There's kinds of rooms like this. 383. There you go. All right, so I just say my number. Send me a text too, and then once I have you locked in and everything, I should be able to send you an invite without no problem. Okay, so I'm gonna send you an invite. I don't know if you're on there. Are you on there yet? Fucking Abyss.
No, I'm not. I'm using Android, so yeah, I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not on Clubhouse yet.
All right. Well, as soon as fucking Clubhouse gets to Android, I got you too. Don't worry about it. All right.
All right. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I'm on Clubhouse. Are you live on there? I'm not live. I'm in a room, bitch. Nigga. So, man, like real shit. Look. I'm gonna fucking look. What I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna end this, and I'm just gonna chill on fucking here real quick. And the only reason I'm gonna chill on here is because, honestly, I want to be able to maybe. Oh, you know what? I didn't try it this way. Maybe I'll try it this way. Because I got like 4 phones on fucking Clubhouse.
That's crazy.
Because I got invited a whole bunch of times, so I had like a whole bunch of different fucking phones on it. So let's go. Club, there it is, right there, and then it's open, and then I'll do this. Let's go right here, and we will JFIE, right?
It's JIFE.
Well, it's not under that, and it's not under that. So as soon as I am able to do you, like I'm gonna add you. I'm gonna send you a text. Lock me in. I'm gonna lock you in, and then that way, that way we can. That way we can already take care of this shit, right? And then I can just directly add you because before that's what it was for me before. I had to directly add somebody. All right. So with that being said, man, I think I'm gonna call it a night. If you guys get bored, you guys want to go live in a little while, that's cool. I'm gonna get on Clubhouse for a half a second. After I go live on Clubhouse for half a second, I'm going to call it a day. Maybe watch Coming to America 2 again.
Oh, again? You watched it already? Like, what do you think?
I was, bro. I'm old. I remember when that shit first came out, bro. That shit was hilarious to me.
I know, right?
I thought the movie was fucking hilarious, bro. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. And so because of that, I was pissed off that people are giving it such a low numbers. Now, I thought it was funny, but I thought there was problems, and I did see that there was issues with the movie that I didn't like. But for the most part, just on basic entertainment and nostalgia, I loved the movie. The movie was good.
Yeah. You kind of like being reminded of different characters and different gestures that they do, especially like, you know, when the queen, I forgot her name. Lisa, was it?
Which one? Queen Lisa?
Yeah.
And she was the original light-skinned girl that he was going after back in the day? Yeah.
Yep. And when she told him that she's not gonna bark like a dog, do you remember that scene from the first movie that he looked at the camera, like he
referenced that part 3 different times.
Hey, I know. I know. I mean, they could have done a better job, and I don't like how kind of like faked out, you know, the general look like. I mean, Wesley Snipes' character, especially, like, you know, he didn't try to put himself as a very serious person. He had like this dance number when he was walking into the palace.
Right.
I mean, I was like, those are like probably minor things, but it seems like Eddie Murphy did a very good job of recreating, like, you know, a much wiser version of himself.
These niggas is giving everybody an opportunity to speak but me.
They probably already know what's getting ready to come.
Right, and that's the problem I see right now. And I apologize for jumping in, but give me a minute. Hey, so check this out. Let me end this. Let me do this on unless you guys want to listen. I don't really get two shits.
No, I'm gonna go ahead because for me it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right. It's about 12 o'clock in the morning over here. So yes.
Same. It's also 2 here, and I'm probably gonna turn in because I'm yawning a lot.
All right. Well, hey, look,
right,
everybody. Man. I appreciate everybody coming in tonight for the after hours, the after party. I appreciate everybody's time, effort, energy. You know what I mean? Thank you for everybody that came in, that talked, that participated in this. Hey, man, you guys have a great fucking day. And if you're on Clubhouse, come on Clubhouse, and I am in the room. Hebrew Israelites are delusional. That's the name of the room. If you're in there, and if you're not, oh well, you're bad luck. You're not. Yeah, sorry. But come on in, come check that shit up, and I will come back. Maybe I'll come back on if I get bored and motherfuckers is not talking about shit on here.
All right, man.
All right. Well, I may see you guys later on.
All right. Stay up, y'all.
All right. If bye.
Bye.